All right, everyone, this is it, the final finale part of our weekend. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Helix for our closing remarks.
Hi. Wow, this is ridiculous. I'm like more nervous for these closing remarks than I was for my run. But yeah, if you don't know me, I'm Helix, lead organizer of this event, also a lifetime resident of Twin Cities. It looks like we've raised that. Wow, that number went up since we stopped. Since the last run stopped, we have raised $56,501 for the Immigrant Rapid Response Fund, which is kind of beyond my comprehension. I feel like I don't know when that's truly going to process for me. I really wasn't expecting the scale of this event. I don't think any of us were. When I made that Blue Sky post about possibly doing this, like I knew people would be down, right? But I didn't realize how enthusiastic everyone actually was about this. Zell messaged me after I made that post saying that the really, really long-a-thon team was interested in helping on the tech side of things, which is perfect because I'm not that good at the tech side of things. I'm good at everything else. But to that end, I would like to thank the entire really, really long-a-thon team, including but not limited to Zell and Frost, and especially Mash. Mash, you worked so hard during the entire lead up to this event and during this event as well to make sure that the entire tech stack was set up, tested, and ready to go with volunteers trained as well. You really set us up for success, so thank you so much. It was a lot of work on your part. Thank you. When we opened volunteer applications, we had over 130 applicants in about 3 days, which is like the most I've ever seen for a speedrun event. I don't know what the GDQ numbers look like, but that is the most I've seen. So it was impossible to accept everyone, but I want to sincerely thank everybody who registered interest in giving your time and effort to this cause. Run submissions, meanwhile, were open for under 4 days, a little under 4 days, and we received over 400 of those. So I would also like to thank everyone who signed up to be a part of this, even if we weren't able to accept you. I sincerely appreciate it. Paring those 400 submissions down to about 60 hours of runs was incredibly difficult. And to that end, I would like to thank everyone on our games committee. That is a Tea Tree, Hollow, Hockey Babbler, Terrarium, Selkooth Mind, Garby, Frost, and Quacksilver. I believe that's everyone. I really hope I didn't miss anyone. If I did, I'm so sorry. At least the credits are coming up after this. So. But thank you all for volunteering a whole bunch of your time to help with that task and for being available during the event itself to help out even more. And I would like to give a special shout out to Quacksilver, who, in addition to her Games Committee efforts, also stepped up to help me schedule and guide hosts, which was very useful and appreciated. Speaking of hosts, shout out to our entire host team. Incredible work. That was maybe the most ridiculous host roster I have ever seen. I mean, you all are the voice driving donations. You directly helped us raise over $56,000. And speaking of volunteers, speaking of runs, our run and volunteer schedules came out less than a week before this marathon started. So I also want to show my appreciation for all the runners and volunteers for setting aside your time and making accommodations. Some of you ridiculously late at night or ridiculously early in the morning. You set aside your time and made accommodations to help Icebreakers succeed. This would not have been possible without you. And now we get into the unscripted part of my words here. This is going to be a little bit off the cuff, but like a few days before the event, I think week of, Tantrum Merch messaged me on Blue Sky and was like, hey, you know, we saw this event. We believe in your cause. We want to provide some merch for it. And I really wasn't expecting that. We didn't really even have anything. But there was a member of the really, really long-a-thon server. I don't remember if they joined for this or not. I'm realizing it's Nico. I don't remember your full username, and I apologize. You are in the credits. It's Nico. Nico designed that Icebreaker logo, and it is awesome. That thing is so cool. I'm so excited to get that shirt in. But thank you for Tantrum Merch for reaching out and saying, hey, we believe in this cause. We want to help out. That's awesome. You can still get your merch, exclamation point merch in the chat. That will be, the merch shop will be open, I believe, through Friday. So there's still time to get your merch if you want some. And I've heard good things about Tantrum's products too, so I would recommend. And remember, like, you know, even though the event is technically over, right, the proceeds from that merch will still be donated to charity. So that's another way you can still contribute. Speaking, while I'm plugging things, VODs for this event will be up in the coming days whenever really, really long-thon staff get around to it. Please allow them to rest, but it'll be on their YouTube channel, I believe. You can find a link to that, I think, under the stream. Yeah, this was so ridiculous. Living in Minneapolis right now and also watching this event, the common theme is people coming together, right? January 23rd, it was a Friday. It was like the coldest day Minnesota had seen in 7 years. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. It was like a -15, -20 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of -30, -40. There were tens of thousands of people marching in downtown against ICE. Tens of thousands of people on the coldest day in 7 years. I was at the vigil for Alex Preddy, and it was below zero that day too. And it was thousands of people in a park, a bunch of people around the park. There were people set up with, like, those like little small white tables that you can, those like small cheap white tables or whatever. People had some of those set up. They were giving out coffee, hand warmers, snacks. A bunch of local businesses and churches and libraries were all set up as warming places. I don't even know how to describe how much that fills my heart. It is so incredible to see the community come together like that. And for this event, I don't think I've ever been part of a speedrun event so visceral and so cathartic, and I mean that in the best possible way. There were a lot of hosts in this event that I've heard them host many times for GDQ and other events. I've never heard them say fuck, and they said fuck ICE so much, and it was awesome. And I think you would have a hard time finding someone who was on air this event who did not utter the words fuck ICE, which is incredible. And setting that final milestone at $55,401. The zip code of downtown Minneapolis, first of all, the fact that that was within reach to begin with, unbelievable. But that, I think, was when the scale of this event really set in for me. I'd say really, I still don't think it is fully set in. I don't know when it will. But watching an entire community come together to support my city, my home, and my neighbors to help us resist ICE's occupation is an indescribable feeling. Together we are strong, we are not afraid, and especially with your support, we will not be defeated. I think my next sentence applies to both Minnesota and the speedrun community. This is my home, these are my people, and I am damn proud of it. But, of course, I do have to acknowledge that this situation is far bigger than just Minnesota. We've also seen this in Chicago, Portland, LA, many other places across the country. There's a lot of work still to be done. So if you're in the United States, please get organized, meet your neighbors, get a whistle, sign up for observer training, figure out how you can help protect your community. Also, if you can, please put pressure on your political representatives to abolish ICE, return our stolen neighbors, and prosecute everyone responsible for this, because that is the bare minimum. I am so incredibly proud of everyone involved with this event. This is a memory that I probably will carry with me forever. Not only have we raised over $56,000 for the Immigrant Rapid Response Fund, but we as a community have come together to definitively say that we will not stand for fascism. It is events and communities like this one that make me confident that we will win. I could keep going, but it's past a lot of our bedtimes, and I'd probably just end up talking in circles. So I would like to echo the powerful and heartfelt speeches that we've already heard from our runners and hosts, including but not limited to A Tea Tree, Musical Daredevil, The Valiant Sun, and Cloud. The really, really long-thon team has some of these available on their YouTube and Blue Sky, and I recommend seeking them out because they're very well-spoken and important. They make a lot of points that are more well-worded than I probably could ever make them. They're very important. Please check them out if you have the time, if you can find them. again, I could keep going, and I feel like there's still so much more to be said. But also, I think this event, and I think the actions of Minnesotans and people across the country speak for themselves as well. So, in closing, I just want to say fuck ICE, and no one is illegal on stolen land. I'll let Twin Cities punk band Doll Chaser close us out for us with an awesome song. Please pay attention to the lyrics.
On TV, violence in our streets, cowards playing cops in SUVs. Remember back a few years, in 2020, you crossed the line. We took to the streets, not even 5 years. It's the same damn thing. Trigger happy white boy, justified killing. Now you're back in our town. What the fuck are you now? What the fuck do you need? What the fuck are you saying? We see your plays and we know your game. To the death is forced to activate. Walking the line to escalate. Stop about asphyxiate. I don't even know what keeps you trying. You right-wing fucks never catch a meaning. Slow death of our media literacy. Maybe go outside, see what you're missing. But this is our city, yeah, this is our home. We don't need nobody ways that are our room. Yeah, this is our city, this is our home. Bring the best shit here, don't leave it no home. We see your plays, we know your game. Use the death and force to activate. Why the lie to escalate? Stop about. Yeah, seriously think that we're afraid of some bootlicking cowards on Twitter who need to ask ChatGPT to fuck their wives. So many applicants. If you're sick of these wannabe soldiers,